I want to talk about I've got rooters, and because once we have our connection, there's nothing that can stop us. And I was thinking about this one, and I thought, well, I would just turn and face it. Why not just turn and face it? Because I know I have the power to do whatever. And so I was thinking about my house when I moved into my home about 5 years ago, and about maybe once a month or so. And I thought, well, we're all connected to this electrical grid, and we go out. So inconvenient. But then about a year later, they started digging things up and putting wires underground, and they redid the whole grid. And so now the electricity is go out, maybe once in a very long time. And I thought about that a lot. I thought, well, we're on a these. And, we don't oftentimes think about God as a spiritual grid, but we really are on this dynamic, powerful grid, which makes us all brothers and sisters because we're all on one grid. And it occurred to me that this grid never goes out. It's always there. It's always functioning. Even when we're sleeping, it's functioning. It's that energy that pours through us. It gives us the words, it gives us the expression, it gives us the activity, it gives us the inspiration to do whatever it is that we're going to do. If we're to face a cliff, we have that within us, exactly what we're doing and we know we have the power to do that. The thing that's important about this grid, beyond all that I just said, is that it gives us oneness. But the other part of it is that there's no personality in this group. There's no he and she, no gender. It's all one beautiful, pure, dynamic energy. And I think that's important because most of us, many of us, were raised with this idea of a male god, of a kind of a mythology of a guy who cheers the bird, like I do, I like it, you don't, you're going to be rewarded, and you're going to be, punished or something like that. Is that true? Yes. Okay. And so, I grew up with that, and I'm not even sure how I formulated that idea, except that God is person God is. And so, and punishment, reward, and all of that, good and bad. And I thought, it's kind of like a Santa Claus, like we're taught, I really want the whole idea of Santa Claus, we taught this other thing, and you're good little girls or bad little girls or boys, and then depending on whichever it is, you're going to get rewarded, you're going to get stuff, or you're going to get a piece of gold in your stomach. And I thought about that. I thought, well, we're so vulnerable. We're so vulnerable. And of course, kids wake up and they go, nah, not happening. But I think that in some level, we have to pitch out some idea that we formulated a mythology around God. Because then it puts God way off somewhere. And we don't have contact with it. And I personally call it a gift. Because God is an energy. And it's our energy. It's our energy. We have it every single moment all the time. So nobody's watching you and judging you. The only person that does that is you. And so when we decide that we're just kind of clunking along trying to figure things out as we go, we give ourselves some license to do that. And we don't have to walk around and we're guilty. I have a lot of clients that come into me and they talk about guilt. And I tell them there's no such thing. That, we're doing the best we can and you have to forgive yourself because we are living this energy of perfect love. Course in Miracles says you cannot destroy anything that's real. because it's true. So Jesus said God was nearer to you than your body. Now what does that mean? It means that God is in you. You're made out of it. We're the same puppy that created the chairs, the trees, the mountains. We're the same puppy with the same building block, the same creative force. We are. And so when we let our mind move, our mind as the creative director of who we are, we get to program that. It's just like our computer. We program the program that goes in that we live by. And so it is nearer than our breath because we're living it and we're breathing it all the time. So the reason that when we understand that we're connected to the spiritual energy grid, then we know that we're all one. That if I'm thinking, oh, I'm needing this today, or something along those lines, there's somebody who's going to show up and say, I've got it. Or if you're, the same thing is true when you're saying, I want help with this illness, or I need some extra resource, then that energy goes out to the whole field. And somebody, two or three or four, begin to respond to that energy and say, I got it. I'll help you. All we have to do is have faith. That's all we have to do. And that's how we begin to manage this field. Because we're part of the field. It's up to us to manage how we direct the field. In the Sistine Chapel, there's a painting from Michelangelo that had touched the finger of Adam, apparently giving life or something like that. Of course, it's a metaphor. But I think that, again, adds to that whole myth that God is giving us life. So we have to get ourselves clear in our mind about just exactly who we are. And the moment we can accept that we are this part of this beautiful grid, that I'm sparking it, so are you. And maybe in some ways I'm all of it. And then maybe in some ways you're all of it too. Consider that. Okay? So, they have statistics about field genius illness and operations and procedures and things like that. And it was found that people who had faith, people who had understood God as benevolent, healed faster and better than those who were living in fear. So I thought that was really phenomenal because again it goes right back to the stories Jesus told us when he said, do you have faith? Because he dealt with lepers, he dealt with blind people, he dealt with crippled people, he dealt with a woman who had bleeding for 12 years, he dealt with all sorts of people. And before he got involved, he said, do you have faith? And when we have faith, everything changes. So he was able to bring people back to wholeness because he saw wholeness in them. He saw them as whole already. So what if we do the same thing? What if we see ourselves as whole, first of all? We dump some old ideas. We dump them. So there's an example that I like. I was looking at an example. So in 1951, there's a guy named Bob Richards, who was deemed the world's greatest pole vaulter. And he topped 15 feet on the pole vault. And that equaled the whole world record, the Olympics, and everything else. And he said, how did you do that? And he said, well, I did it because of the power of the Lord. I did it because of the Lord. And then they're like, oh, because the Lord lifted him, brought him up 15 feet. He said, no. That's not it. He said, the ability is in me, and my faith is Almighty God. At least that power, so that I can vault. Now, he used it to vault 15 feet. What do you use it for? Because you can do mighty things also. So that's the power we have because we're connected to an unlimited source. You don't just get this much, you get the whole thing. use it however we want. When I hear people talk about how they live in guilt or they live in fear, it's like sort of saddens me a little bit. That's how they're using the grid. You're directing it toward a very tough life because you're seeing yourself as unworthy. I think, what a shame. That's such a waste. I hate waste. I really hate waste. So anyway, we can decide, just like Bob Richards, that the ability is in you, and my faith in that source, that grid, releases power so I can do what being the right one in every situation. So if I have to walk through some mud once in a while, or I have to face a cliff, it's okay, because the power is in me, and I can do it. Jesus acknowledged faith all the time. He turned his attention to spiritual power. And he said, according to your faith, be it done unto you. Nice, huh? Because it puts the onus on us. Like, where are you going to put your mind in? Your creative vehicle is your mind. So, becoming one with the consciousness of God and Spirit means releasing everything that's ungodly. God is love, and if God is love, and we know love is greater than romantic love. If God is love, and we bless each other, and we appreciate each other, then we have to let go of anger, revenge, jealousy, greed, worry, fear, and all of energy. And when we catch ourselves in that mood, if we revert it back to am I going to face this? Is it time? Do I have the power within me? Yes, you do. You have the power within you. Because you're one with that spiritual grid. You're never separated from your source. Your true identity is I am. I am that spiritual field of energy. I am that dynamic power. So we question our beliefs. We question our beliefs. So when we go into those negative places, we question it. What's a better way to do this? How can I handle this differently? Because we are in charge of an identity we create. And it doesn't mean you have to be a millionaire or you have to be an executive or whatever corporation. It means that you have to be your God's self, your spiritual self, the self that has the power to do whatever is necessary. All things are possible to be them first. I and the Father are one. These are the things that our Master told us. You are a spark of consciousness and creativity in the field of spiritual energy. You are always connected. You are one energy. So Jesus and his disciples were on the boat. And I think Jesus was taking a nap. And his disciples were getting all frenzied because the sea was all turning up and the wind was blowing. They thought it was very, very scary, and then Jesus, he said, you gotta come, you gotta do something about it. And Jesus looked at them very calmly, and he said, you know what the devil is. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. And the seas calm, and the wind ceased. And I love that story because I think it's something we can use every day of our life. Peace, be still. He used his authority as a spark in that field to declare what he wanted and what was true. So I was walking in the middle of the park, and the wind was blowing the trees like this. And I said, okay. So I spotted a group of trees that were, and I thought, I am an authority in this field. Peace, be still. And I felt it and I saw it. Peace be still. Peace be still. And the group of trees I was watching stopped. And I thought, wow, that was easy. So I thought, if I can do that, and I was just following the example I was taught. And what else can I do, right? What can you do? Because when we try it out, when we're in the middle of chaos, and we say, wait a minute, I'm the field. I am the power that is flowing through me. I am that. So let's calm down. Let's be peaceful. Let's slow it down. And guess what happens? Because you become the center now. You become the authority. So I love that story because I think it's so applicable to life, and we can make use of it anytime we want. We have that same authority. So I want you to think about any seeming problem and just let your mind go to a place of understanding that you have control. And it doesn't mean the problem will go away. It means you're going to see it from a higher dimension. And you're going to understand it from a different place. And you're going to recognize that these become things. And that's how we use our dynamic. So, in conclusion, I want to ask you to really understand your free will, that at any moment you can change your mind. I was walking in Creekwood Park, which is where I was, and I was remembering there's every ethnicity here, there's every color, there's every language. All you have to do is walk around and you hear all these different languages and different varieties of people, and go, it's so like this one field. We're all hanging out with all these different folks and all these different ideas, and it's so luxurious. It's so luxurious. So today, the idea here is to choose what's highest, what the Spirit decrees for us. That when we are living in love, we are living in health, we're living in vitality, we're living in joy, we're living in our brilliance. We're brilliant. And we have that. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. You are not being judged. Except by yourself. Okay. So you get to choose how you want to judge yourself. Because we're here fussing around. We didn't get a guidebook. I mean, the closest thing to a guidebook we have is Jesus' teaching. That's a great guidebook, I would say. But that's what we've been handed, and most of that has been misinterpreted. So Eckhart Tolle says he refuses to use the word God in any of his teachings because there's so much misinterpretation on God. So that's why I suggest that we use spirit, or we use universal field, or we use quantum things, or we use holographic things. We use all kinds of words that describe the very same thing, except we take the personality out of it. Okay. So the last part of this is I want you to think and ask God things. So I'm going to make a statement as God, and as my spiritual being, as my dynamic self, and I want you to say, I am love. I am love. Now I want you to feel it. Bring the energy up. Let's just say this. I am truth. I am truth. Feel it for it. I am life. I am life. I am a spiritual being, peace, holy, and eternal. I am a spiritual being, peace, holy, and eternal. That's your identity. That's who you are. That's how we begin to take charge of this life and say, please go. Because I said so. Okay? So it is.